Hi, Wrestling Doctor here for Pro Wrestling Extra. This is the Wrestling Doctor's prescription page. It's vlog number 5. You notice I'm inside today, but I just wanted to speak. This is 2013. This is a new year. We're looking forward to the year here at Pro Wrestling Extra. We're looking forward to working with some of you. I think it's going to be a great year. We're hoping to bring new things to the site, so don't forget to check out Pro Wrestling Extra, because we've started a new Superstar Spotlight, which just started, and that's only going to get bigger. We're looking at possibly opening up and showing some different things from all around the country, not just local Florida stuff, but opening up into Georgia, Alabama, and all around the country. So be checking us out for that. But today I want to talk about something that's kind of important to me. Is a guy that, when I broke into business, was somebody that I respected because he deserved the respect, because he had been around, he had been what we call an over, somebody that was over in the business, and also somebody that the guys went to and said, hey, would you mind watching my match and give me some pointers and let me know what I could do to get better? And that was a guy, his name is Ray Classens. And let me tell you, Ray, who wrestled as Mr. Wrestling, Tim Woods had retired, and it allowed him to continue the gimmick, and he actually did some substituting for Tim in certain areas. And, he was just one of the nicest guys that I ever met in the business. He's came out with a new book, and here's the book. So if you guys get a chance to see this, I don't know all the bookstores that's going to carry it, but I got mine today. He sent it to me, and well, great little autograph on it from him. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Some of the funny stories that he's got in there about the times he spoke in there about the time I was doing. We were doing commercials, interviews for upcoming shows. So we would get on there when you're doing TV, which we did, every other week, and you would be cutting upcoming shows at towns, so you'd make it personal for each town. So you'd be over there cutting 3, 4, 5, 6 commercials for the different towns, and I kept flubbing my line. I can't remember what little town it was, but I kept flubbing my line. And he's got this in the book, and I knew Ray and knew that he had worked as Mr. Wrestling and had all the respect in the world for him. After the third time I flubbed it, he's holding the microphone, and he looks at me and he says, if you mess up one more, I'm going to put the sleeper on you and we'll just go on without you. And he did it in such a way that I knew he was kidding. I actually was hoping he was kidding, but I didn't flub the next line. I didn't want to find out if he was kidding or not, but I thought it was pretty funny that he put that in the book, and also gave us a lot of props and talked about us in the business. When we started in Georgia All-Star Championship Wrestling, I was there as went up as a young 5'6", 200-pound wrestler that's unheard of at the time, and thank God the promoter Grady Odom gave me a shot, and I went in there, of course, as a job boy, putting guys over. And, I was lucky enough to, in my training, I was taught how to bump pretty good. So I bumped for the guys and made everybody look good. And I kept coming back and coming back. So I guess people finally figured out that they couldn't kill me. So they accepted me. And I was also working back in my hometown for an organization called East Coast Championship Wrestling. And I was working as a trainer in their organization, and I brought a couple of guys up. Crusher Knopf came up, and Corey Stevens, who became my partner as one of the Smurfs. That's the name we got. I mean, we were both the same size. The little story that goes with that was we were working the Mass Medics, who were the tag team champions, and Ed Slegel was Mass Medic number 1. And it's on TV, and Ray Classens was the TV announcer as Buddy Graham. That was his name. and he's interviewing the mass medics, and he says, you got a couple of up-and-comers that are going to be wrestling against you today. And of course they looked in the ring and saw me and my partner, and they said, we're the tag team champions. Why should we have to wrestle a couple of midgets in there, Which I began to get a little steamed in the ring, but he said, we're above this. We should not have to wrestle a couple of Smurfs. And something kind of went ding. And when we got home, I told my partner, Corey, I said, we're going to become Smurfs. And he said, no, we're not. They'll laugh us out of the locker room. And I said, oh, no. No, we're going to become Smurfs. We got a gimmick here. So we had blue tights with Smurfs on the back. We had a white jacket with Smurfs on the back. And at the next TV taping, we showed up. And promoter Grady Odom loved it. And the first thing he did was put us right back in the ring against the tag team champions of Mass Medics and let us get a surprise accidental win. And, oh, my God, the people went wild. I mean, we became the fan favorite tag team. And Grady always said, we love you guys. You guys, the kids love you, and the kids want to buy a ticket. And if they buy a ticket, Mom and Daddy's got to bring them. So for every ticket you sell, I sell 2. So we were valuable to them. And I always thank Grady Odom for taking the chance on 2 small guys. And I thank the Mass Medics for working with us and being the overs they were. And I thank Ray Classens for, as the TV announcer, continually putting us over as the #1 tag team and chasing the titles and just up-and-coming guys. And the fans took to us, and everywhere we went, we were over. And it was a start of something that it was just a dream come true. I mean, all the way through to our first win for the tag team titles in Columbus, Georgia, in front of about 4,000 to 5,000 people in the Columbus, Georgia Coliseum. And it was just unbelievable. And it continued. And all of it is because of people that you respect, like a Ray Classens, like a Grady Odom. So you guys in the dressing room today, you need to get with these guys. Now, I'm talking to the independent guys. That's who we normally work with. You see these guys in the locker room that you watch their matches, and you recognize that they're good workers. So we had a discussion last week about seminars, which seminars seem to be the thing that everybody's going through in the independents now to pick up a little extra money. Some of the guys that wrestle for TNA and retired WWE wrestlers come down and hold seminars for the independent guys. And a question came up, and one of the guys said, well, I'm not going to take a seminar from an independent wrestler because what can they teach me? I already know how to wrestle in the independents. I would only do a seminar from a WWE guy or a retired person that has been to the top, and then they could teach me something I may need to know. And I kind of didn't agree with him, and I spoke that I didn't want to offend his particular thinking because maybe he is ready to move up, and maybe he does know what he needs to know on the independent scene, and he's interested to see what it'll take to move to the next level, which everybody wants to move to the top level or the next level every time. So I said, I think really that there are guys on the independent circuit that could teach some of the younger guys. Some of the younger guys don't have a good basic understanding, but they do know who wrestles well on the independent circuit. I mean, if you go out, and most of the guys will watch the matches, and they know that certain guys, a Bruce Santee, a John Davis, a Francisco Chiazzo, he goes on a Corey Chavis, a Blaine Rage, these guys are good wrestlers, so they know them, and they should respect them and ask them to help them. So a seminar would not be off base. That's what I said. I would have loved to see kind of a round robin seminar with Corey Chavis, John Davis, Bruce Santee, Francisco Chiazzo sit down and tell stories of what they have done to get in the position they're in, and also take questions from some of the younger guys to help them learn. I thought that would be great. And I still think that'd be great. It'd still be great with just any one of those individually. But just think about this, guys. You know, the people that you hold in respect now are people that there's a reason why they have your respect. Either they're great wrestlers, they hold themselves correct in the locker room, and maybe you can learn from them. Try to learn from them. I give everything, all the props to Ray Classens, who spent the time to talk to us and show us and back us, along with Grady Odom, who was a promoter that believed in us and gave us a shot. And, you know, that's what you need. You need to learn and prove yourself. And that's what we did, and this is the same thing you can do. I know I get a lot of flack. I got a lot of people sending emails and disliking some of the things I put on there because they feel like I'm asking everybody to be a cookie cutter mold type wrestler, that everybody needs to be a certain look, and that's not true. You know, I talked to a guy that sent an email in, and he said he weighs 300 pounds. He's not in great shape, but he loves the sport, and he's doing well, and he's a good wrestler, and he entertains the people. And I said, that's great. If it works for you, that's great. If you went to any training school, they would try to work with you about getting in better shape because it can only help you. But if you're doing fine, more power to you. But the main thing is protect the business, protect yourself, protect your health. If you really love it, you'll do whatever it takes, you know, to be better and get better. So let me wind up this and say that respect in the wrestling business is what keeps this business strong. The respect that you give should be the respect that you get if you get to the next level. So keep that in mind, guys, and we'll see you next month. This is the Wrestling Doctor from Pro Wrestling Extra, the Wrestling Doctor's Prescription, saying thank you.